According to Zecharia Sitchin, the word Nibiru means the planet of crossing, and according to Farada, its speed when it's at its closest distance to Nemesis is 92 kilometers a second. Farada also tells us that when it is at its closest distance to our Sun, it is traveling at a speed of 76 kilometers a second. But what is really interesting is that while it is on the long legs of its journey, so to speak, Nibiru is traveling at a whopping speed of 300 kilometers a second. In terms of complexity, this makes the Planet X system a Kozai mechanism poster child on steroids. No wonder our government is spending vast sums of money on underground fluidic computers. Meanwhile, what will those of us on the surface see as Nibiru moves along its orbital path? Well, that depends if it's coming or going in its orbit relative to us. Astronomers use the term blue shift to describe what we're seeing when an object is coming towards us. With blue shift, the light waves are compressed, and so the object appears bluish to us. Conversely, when an object is going away from you, it appears reddish because the light waves become elongated. Ergo, when it's coming at us, it's blue, and when it's going away, it's red. In this January 23, 2014 image of Nibiru, captured with the third camera system installed at the Turrialba volcano in Costa Rica, one cannot help but wonder if we are seeing Nibiru turning back in its orbit around Nemesis. No doubt we will see more cycles of blue shift and red shift before this flyby of the Planet X system through the core of our own inner system is over, which also explains the ancient Hopi prophecy called the Blue Kachina prophecy. The Blue Kachina prophecy tells us that we will see a blue object in the sky which will be a harbinger of trouble. Following that, we will see a red Kachina and it will cause a great suffering for us. The Hopi assure us that this happened before and that it will happen again. This now brings us to the attribute of size. We live on Earth, and so it is natural that we humans have an Earth-centric view of the cosmos. Consequently, when it comes to long distances in space, the core measurement is called an astronomical unit, which is roughly the distance from the Earth to the Sun. For this reason, we'll likewise use an Earth-centric model to define the sizes of Nibiru and Nemesis. According to Zecharia Sitchin's translations of the ancient Sumerian texts, Nibiru is the size of 4 Earths. And according to Carlos Farada, the Nemesis brown dwarf he calls the Black Star is the size of 55.5 Earths. Granted, when it comes to fishing and sex, size matters. However, when it comes to the impending pole shift, it's all about mass. In terms of a pole shift resulting from a flyby of the Planet X system through the core of our system, mass and not size is the key measure. In his book, The Time Machine, author H.G. Wells presents a scenario in which our moon is fractured as the result of reckless mining and construction techniques. The result is that humanity is also fractured into the peaceful Eloi and the monstrous Morlocks who feed upon them. This is a very real scenario because of something called tidal force. To put this in context, imagine that the moon was to suddenly disappear, in which case the entire surface of the Earth would collapse approximately 18 inches. No doubt, that would most likely result in an extinction level event for humanity. So in terms of a pole shift event, where the gravitational force of Nibiru and Nemesis gain a lithosphere lock on our planet, these forces will pull the skin of our planet around. Again, size doesn't matter. Rather, the pole shift force will equal mass plus distance. With this in mind, our best estimates for mass are as follows. we give Harrington's Planet X 2 to 3 Earth masses. For Nemesis, we place that at 24,726 Earth masses, and that's no lightweight. In the final analysis, what will drive the pole shift is what we know as the 3 golden rules of premium real estate: location, location, and location. Ergo, where are we in relationship to Nibiru and Nemesis when they come closest to us during the flyby? In my book, Crossing the Cusp, Surviving the Edgar Cayce Pole Shift, I present an explanation of how life evolved on this planet. It's called catastrophism, and it predates what we currently teach, which is Darwinism. Like creationism, catastrophism tells us that the cycle of evolution goes through long periods of quiescence, punctuated by brief moments of extreme violence which reorder life on the planet. Catastrophism, like Darwinism, is based on data, whereas creationism is based on belief. Therefore, there are no arbitrary time frames. This is because Darwinism and catastrophism are based on a deep time understanding of the evolution of life on our planet. And what we are about to encounter will be one of those brief moments of extreme violence that reorders life on our planet. But in our first scenario, we're just not going to reorder life on a planet, we're going to destroy it.